Okay, I turned my speedo on. Well, I've finally taken this thing on a test ride, and there was a couple little issues. So the first issue was it was smoking. And the reason why it was smoking is there's a tiny leak from the side cover right here. So yeah, this heat wrap here is kind of saturated in oil. As you can see, it's a little dark. So I'm going to pull this side cover off of here, and while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and do an oil change. But I've got some gasket paper over there, got some good Lucas 2050 over there, and I did take it on a test ride down the road. 55 miles an hour is pretty high up in RPM with this little 4-speed. So despite how tiny that rear sprocket is, it could really use like a tooth smaller or a tooth bigger in the front. That way it's not revved out so high while you're cruising down the highway. But I mean, it's already geared super long, like first gear and stuff. So I don't know. I think this is really just more of a city style bike to be cruising around in the city and stuff like that. Honestly, the way it's geared. But I mean, yeah, like I said, one tooth down in the back or one up in the front, and it would be perfect for highway cruising, I think. But yeah, only complaint there. And then said we got a little bit of an oil leak. That's why this heat wrap is so saturated or dark looking there. It's saturated with a little bit of oil that was leaking out of the side cover here. So got some gasket paper there. Gonna make us up a gasket and get this thing good to go after we get an oil change done on it and that good gasket on there. Well, that was a lot of freaking work. Look at all those tools I got out here. So basically I had to take the magneto, coil, ignition rotor, the base timing plate, all that stuff off there to be able to get that gasket off there, because it's actually a metal flanged two-sided gasket. So there's gasket material on either side of it that mates up to the engine, and then that side there. Oh, that made it such a pain in the butt, because you can't just slip that metal flange gasket over the magneto. I mean, that would have been way too easy, but unfortunately none of my pullers would get it off there either. So I just had to rub gasket maker on either side of it and let it kind of tack up, and then I tightened up the bolts or the screws and got her filled back up with oil now. And yeah, just hopefully it's in time and everything. I believe it should be. Like I said, I marked everything. Everything seems to be okay. But yeah, sweet. Seems like it's still in time. That's good. I'm going to clean up that little bit of oil there so that I know that's not leaking. And I'm gonna let it warm up, heat cycle a couple times. Just be sure that leak doesn't come back. But I'm glad it's still in time and everything. I was kind of worried about that. I mean, I marked everything before I took it off and lined it all back up. But yeah, we'll see how this leak does. Fingers crossed, please, Lord. So, not sure where I left off with the CM200. I need to change out the chain on it. I've already got it ordered and I've already got it here, but it is super duper loose and it's tensioned out all the way on the tensioner pretty much there. So yeah, we're gonna get a new chain on there, and this one should look pretty cool because it's a silver chain. Get to work on the CM200, get this new chain on here, get this rear hub cleaned up, get the brakes cleaned up, so hopefully they quit squeaking and all that. But yeah, let's get this thing nice and tidied up, ready to ride. So yeah, she's all cleaned up, looking pretty good now. A little better than it was before. Cleaned up the jugs head, case a little bit there. Got the chain on, cleaned up the chain guard, swing arm a little bit. That sprocket cleaned up really well. So did the back brake hub and wheel hub assembly, all that. Rear wheel cleaned up nice. Got all that cleaned up really good there. This side, not so much. This side here, I used a super clean on the case here, and it's got some kind of coating on it. So that sucks. It took some of that coating off, but got the, oh, I missed a spot there, dang it. So it's probably been a week since I last recorded, but it was a beautiful day outside. You can barely see anything out of the camera, but it's a beautiful day out there. And we're gonna take the CM200 on a little test ride. I've actually ridden it a few times at this point, so it's pretty well good to go. But the DT250 should be good to go also. We finally got a new pivot shaft or swing arm bolt, whatever you want to call it, a new nut on there, and yeah, it seems like there's no play in a rear end anymore, so that's a good thing for sure. This cover does not want to stay on here very well, but anywho, we're going to take this on a test ride, take that on a test ride. My dad will be on the DT250, I'll be out in the CM200. So yeah, let's see how this thing does. And I'd really like to do something different with that cable, but anywho, yeah, see how this thing does, and let's get ready to ride. You're recording? Yes, you are. Okay. So we're pretty well good to go. Yeah, he's gonna be on the DT250. I'll be on the CM200. All right, here we go. Well, we made it to our destination, and I mean, it's running good. No issues at the moment, but lost a side panel on the DT250 while we were going down the road. But it seems to be doing good. I can't see any play in the rear end when he's going down the road, so. Alright, we're about to take off again. CM200 started right up for us. So yeah, we'll have to figure out something for the side panel on the DT. I guess I'll lead this time. I forgot to turn my speedo. Up there? Yeah, right. You want to go right up there? Okay, I turned my speedo on. it.